I promised to bring you out to Smorgasburg in Williamsburg, Brooklyn this weekend, and apparently that was the appetizer. Here's the entree in the form of Meredith Gorman's report.
It's an open-air food market in Brooklyn with just about every kind of cuisine you can think of. And it's back open for the season.
First Saturday of the year at Williamsburg. We'll be here from April all the way until October, every single Saturday from 11 to 6, hopefully without rain.
65 vendors braved the wind and rain on Saturday, setting up stands in Marsha P. Johnson State Park at Williamsburg's Smorgasburg, whipping up all kinds of delicious food and drinks.
I sell and create Indian fusion desserts. So I'm the founder, and everything I create comes from my culture. They're not overly sweet, they're very balanced. I started this in the pandemic from my apartment kitchen. We make Jamaican sandwich pockets in cocoa bread. Cocoa bread is a warm, fluffy Jamaican bread. We fill it with Jamaican staples like oxtail, jerk chicken, curry goat, jerk pork. And we have a vegan option as well, which is a favorite.
And the foodies came out too, rain or shine.
It wasn't supposed to rain until like 3, so hopefully it clears up a little bit, but it's not ideal right now. But we'll put up with it for the food.
We had the dumplings, the Mao ones in the back. We had the Bao ones. We were trying to purchase a cup. We got this for free. We did also have the Vermont maple lemonades, very good.
So I got fettuccine alfredo with beef sausage.
From April until October around the city, you can check out the amazing food and vendors on Fridays outside of the World Trade Center, on Saturdays here in Williamsburg, and on Sundays in Prospect Park. Meredith Gorman, Fox 5 News.
New concerns. You're looking at one of the most storied buildings in New York, and we mean that in the literal sense. Fox 5's Richard Jacobus walks us through the oldest independent bookstore in our city.
Walk down the street here in the heart of New York City in Midtown and you'd almost miss it. That's a bookstore, but this is just not your average bookstore. This is the oldest bookstore in all of New York City. In fact, this year, it turns 100, and we're going to show you inside. The year was 1925. F. Scott Fitzgerald published The Great Gatsby, and Calvin Coolidge was serving his second year as president. And on 59th Street, across from Bloomingdale's, a little-known bookstore was born. Let's climb aboard this old-fashioned elevator equipped with its own operator.
So this is special.
Wow. And explore the hidden treasures stored on the endless shelves of the Argosy bookstore in Midtown.
This is the autograph department.
That's where our tour begins, in this gallery on the top floor, beyond the books, where co-owner Adina Cohen shows us the famous letters signed by Civil War heroes, and the photographs with signatures penned by legendary icons like Liza Minnelli. There's even a check signed by Clark Gable, all for sale. And this is just a piece of a tightly bound maze of history.
It's a fantastic early edition.
Yes, it is. Adina, along with sister Judith Lowry and nephew Ben, are continuing the next chapter in this bookstore journey. Argosy was passed down to Judith and Adina by their father, who worked in a bookstore in high school as an after-school job. His dream was to open one of his own. So he did, back in 1925. And 100 years later, it's still relevant. Why?
The relevant people find us and keep us going.
People like Bill, who's been browsing at Argosy since he was a kid.
It's the same, it doesn't change.
Despite new offers coming in almost daily to buy this piece of storied history, son Ben says the answer is always no thank you.
Cold calls and people coming in and offers, some very good offers, it's really not on the table. It's, I have 2 kids and someday hopefully they'll join the fold.
Right into the camera. As for those actual recycled books, some priceless first editions that are locked away, many of them are brought in or donated to Argosy. The man in charge of restoration, Richard Rosenblatt, another employee who's been in charge of rebinding and repainting hundreds of books a day for nearly 4 decades.
Here it is. Very lightly, I'm going to go into these areas, right, that are scuffed.
Richard treats every book with TLC, even the weathered bindings that are exempt from restoration because they're just too delicate to handle. But for those who want to experience the gift of Argosy, go in and get lost. Dive deep into some of the most prominent works. Look for the rarest signatures and appreciate a part of history that's still here in Manhattan.
If you have an intellectual life, it can carry you through your older years. Like a ship saving you from drowning.
Oh, and if you're wondering why Mr. Cohen chose the name Argosy, well, we'll go back in time again. When choosing the letter A would put the store at the top of the phone book directory. And you can find those here, too. In Midtown, Richard Giacobas, Fox 5 News.
Could have called it abracadabra. All right, Jennifer Williams is here.